Yes, Don't Flop Podcast, episode number 2. I know so many of you motherfuckers out there were like, oh, yes, another show that's only going to last one episode. But we're back. This one's at least going to last. Actually, I'm going to say on camera right now, this is at least going to last 3 episodes. We've already planned the next one, so it's going to last 3. I know you lot would have loved to fucking get on at me like you do about everything. Needs to stop releasing 25 new series and just stick to one. But we're releasing new ones and we're banging all of them out into long, proper fucking seasons. Episode number 2. My guy Mikey, my guy Trev, we got my boy Krazy joining us on this one. Was good. Obviously, man. Who did we say we were trying to make you be like? There's all these people on podcasts that have...
The mysterious guy in the background. But now we've got a camera, so it's not so mysterious.
Yeah, not so mysterious, but you're there, man. All right, so we got Krazy in for this one. So we're going to get straight into it, man. I got the flyer here. Actually, I mean, I was quite lazy. I haven't actually got the flyer. I've got a screenshot of Max Sherry's Instagram when he posted it. But we're going to start. We're going to go through the event. So yesterday, this is the Sunday after Don't Flop April Fools 2022. The event, like, I'm going to get everyone's opinion, but the event was so good. All the battlers have been saying it. Fans, our battlers, everyone's been saying it. So we're just going to start straight away and talk about basically how much we enjoyed the event, starting from the bottom of the flyer. So, battle number 1 was meant to be tryout Petrelli versus Wongo. But Wongo flopped. I haven't actually heard a word from him. I heard word at the event that it was somewhere in rural Wales.
Like irony, Wongo, is actually another name for ketamine.
It's actually
the Wong, getting on the Wong, it is. Yeah. So he actually did battle the Wongo, technically.
It's true. So Wongo basically didn't turn up.
One came.
Yeah, one came. And he supposed that. So all I heard was he was in rural Wales. But who knows? But so fuck him. Let's start with that. Yeah, let's start with some good old battle.
Some farm with some sheep, like yo.
Starting with some good old batter up negativity. He's a dickhead because he didn't even message to say he couldn't come. He just flopped. He said he was gassed. Standard bullshit. Realised he couldn't hack it on the day. Whatever. Don't want to hear his excuses. It's too late now. So he flopped. Anyway, so my man Petrelli, shouts out to him, came and he brought a few people as well. He brought like 6-7 people. So fair play. He really supported the event. We had to obviously make sure he got Clash. So, one of you, Mikey, because you're laughing more, you let us know.
I didn't watch it.
You not see it? Okay, so what happened?
Imagine what happened.
You got lucky, fam.
So what, yeah, so
I can imagine what happened.
Starting with Petrelli and Wongo. Let's give it a couple of minutes. What the fuck happened?
It's a classic Kinell performance. He was on top of his A game. Class A game, yeah.
Nice.
So basically, so I'm talking to the geezer outside, and he was like pretty pissed off, like, but he was being mad cool about it. But he was obviously like, I come all the way from London. What the fuck? This geezer's meant to be from down the road. I said, yeah. I told him. I said this happens literally every event, and I said, don't take my like blank expression.
Oh, you come from London?
Yeah. I said, like, that's what I said to him. I went, look, don't take my blank expression for me not caring. I was like, this is literally just how used to it I am. It's normal now. Like, so I went to your man Kinell, and Kinell was already very waved. And I said, look, remember in Cardiff when I asked you to clash a tryout? Come on. Earn your keep, Kinell. Come on.
Fair play for doing it, though.
And he said, yeah. But by the time he clashed the tryout, the Class A's had taken him into a class of his own.
His mind was crippled by that point.
Yeah. So what happened in the clash?
Oh, he was...
Did he say any bars?
No, because he would get to the point and he'd be like, this guy... and it was like he was like glitching. He was just like frozen in time. Yeah. And then all
error pops up.
Yeah.
You just slap him on the back of the head and make red correct.
So no, he did.
He was
okay.
done out.
So he had one bar. Kinell had one bar where he said something like, "You can't say shit. You should just call me a racist" or something like that. And I got a reaction.
Yeah, but he says that on every battle now.
Yeah.
That's his go-to.
Is he making it his shtick now?
Yeah.
It's almost like his thing now, which is...
I think he said it against Reeverse as well. He said something similar.
He did it earlier in the day, yeah. And then again against Hulk, I think, in the World War Hulk thing as well.
It's his new thing. He's running with it.
What?
Yeah.
What? But what is it? What's the
Yeah, what's the thing?
What is the thing?
What you gonna do? Call me a racist? Yes, you said racist things and put out racist stuff. The exact fucking definition of being a racist. Like, come on. The people in the crowd was good. Do you know he's a racist?
So I think so talking about Petrelli, obviously this literally only happened yesterday, and it was a massive blur because a lot happened at the event.
I feel sorry for him now.
But it was a total mismatch. They are not the kind of battlers that should be battling each other. I think Petrelli even said straight, he was like, I can freestyle a bit, but I'm not too much of a freestyler. Which I said to him, bro, that's absolutely fine. Like, you've literally come for your first ever battle and you're battling someone like Kinell, who's a vet. So he spat some of his written. He said something actually. He said one freestyle bar. He said something about, you look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo smoking crack. So, some like old battle kind of bar that you'd say in like 2005.
I remember that.
But it was like, bro, for a geezer in his first battle, off the top of his head, not too much of a bad bar. He did say a couple things that didn't rhyme. I'm going to be real. He said a few things like, I think he rhymed Bristol with a few words that Bristol does not rhyme with. Kinell rhymed a lot of words.
With dribble.
Actually, yeah. What I more mean is Kinell didn't rhyme anything because he didn't make any coherent sentence. I think the only thought in the front of Kinell's brain is, I might be racist. Even when he's on camera. We got to bleep that out. Even when he's on, like, with the drill, we'll do the drill rewind. Even when he's on cool, he...
Get the horse nose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll do one. I'll give you a soundbite. Oh, no. Oh, no, I can't.
What a bottle job.
Hey, Milky's
I
way
could do it when I
better.
was a kid.
Milky would have done that.
I can't do it anymore. You know, you got like, and your cheeks go.
So yeah, so there's, as much as I could talk about Kinell being an absolute madman all day, I give him his prop for stepping in. I'm going to be honest, when he sees the pay-per-view, he probably won't actually remember the clash happened because he was so waved. But it was great. We had a tryout. They clashed on the street. They said a few things. They rhymed a bit. They didn't rhyme more than they did rhyme, but it was done. So that was the bottom of the flyer. Moving up. Okay, we had Dr1ver Vs Skii. Now I know we got some opinions on Dr1ver Vs Skii. This was the first battle at the car.
If he's a
outside.
driver, his fucking car's electric. Because I couldn't hear a fucking word he said.
Did you write that overnight?
That's really good, though. That's really, really good. He was so quiet, wasn't he?
He was well quiet. He's fucking well quiet.
Driver, man. I just got to be real, bro. Yeah, don't cry about it, or cry if you want. I won't even hear you cry.
Yeah, we won't hear it.
I mean, Dr1ver. So look, I put Dr1ver in the clash because he has got bars. Like, he can write. I listen to some of his tracks. Like, he can definitely write bars, but definitely might win the Dr1ver award for worst projection of all time. I thought it would go to Villain. I'm going to be real. Villain has been the reigning champion for a decade now. Dr1ver just came in and snatched it. It
was like
I wish I watched more sports so I could have a really on point analogy about who Dr1ver's like for just snatching the title quickly like that. But
His drivers crashed and died recently. That one.
Ayrton Penner. That's the best I can do.
On the real, my
So
biggest
quiet.
thing, is the problem I have with it is Lee Scott already exists.
Right.
You can't steal someone's style.
But Lee Scott can project.
No, Lee Scott's fine. Lee Scott's good because Lee Scott he invented that shit. That's him. Do you know what I mean? You were Dr1ver's stone cold, flat out copy of Lee Scott. You can't argue with it. It's literally you copying someone else's style. It's like me getting on the mic and going, "Rotted, bomber clotted, do not get crazy." Started trying to do devil man. It's you know what I mean? He's literally stealing his property, his intellectual property. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna be real. I don't listen to enough of his stuff to even make that comment. For me, it was more about his performance in the clash. His performance in the clash. You're right. Like, there's a Lee Scott-esque sound to him, but his performance in the clash was.
It's a car crash.
It was a car crash, and it's like if my man he was clashing could have freestyled a bit more, he could have done a lot with that. Like he could have even dropped a bar like, bro, like I literally can't hear what you're saying. I can't hear what you're saying.
He was
bro.
rapping like he was trying to like not wake his mum and dad up. Like,
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? It's like
Trying not
recording
to
a song
wake
late at night. Like,
I couldn't believe it when he's going, like when he's going like, listen. When he's saying that before, I was thinking, surely he's not gonna like rap like this level, and it just never got any louder.
So yeah, that was a bad performance, bro.
The goal was okay.
It was. Lee No, do you know what? I'll give him
They
credit.
both mentioned me.
Yeah. They were lovely.
Wait, they both mentioned you?
Both name dropped him.
How did they both mention you?
I can't remember. Like, well, Kiz mentioned me about like he said something like Mikey C's battling Matter, but I beat him or some shit. And then the other guy was like, "You got done by Mikey C, boo," or some other shit. You couldn't really hear him. All I heard was my name.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right.
So yeah, Ski. I mean, he's someone who definitely he takes what's the word? He definitely takes advice.
He performed.
Yeah, and do you know what? I give him his props, yeah, because he's like one of them students of the game where he always asks for advice. After class, he always says, "How did I do? What should I do?" Rah rah rah. So like, my advice to Ski would be to just be more lyrical. Because
add a few more multis.
Just be a little bit more lyrical with it, yeah. Because when you were battling in front of a new battle rap crowd, like it was pretty new yesterday, which obviously there's a lot of pluses to. I feel like you can get away with some little discrepancies or whatever the word is, right? Indiscretions. You can get on with a couple bits which in a hardcore battle rap environment people will be like, that's not good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? So that's my breakdown of him would be that projection wise, I told him he smashed it. He did. Confidence wise, which let's be real, goes for like over 50% body bag.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. He won clearly, but for someone who's had 3-4 battles, we need a little bit more.
Has he? Oh.
Yeah. Exactly. He's had 3-4 battles. We need a little bit more rhyming, a bit more similes, a bit more originality. Do you know what I mean?
Have they all been on beat or they've been?
Yeah, all on beat. Apart from his tryout. Yeah. When he tried out, he had like a little ponytail and that. He was a proper like underground.
When I was battling him, that's what I thought I was getting.
Yeah, now he's a bit more like I think he's one of them dons that gets a bird and suddenly he's like, I'm actually the man. I didn't realize I was the man. So driver. Honestly, bro, you got nice bars. I genuinely do like your bars, driver. I wouldn't have given you a clash if you didn't have bars, but the delivery was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, work on the.
He fucked up about 3-4 times, didn't he?
I'm missing the drop.
Yeah, missed the drop. Kept
That's
on
it.
missing.
He kept on doing
every
it
time it got stopped, he should have come in afterwards. That's how the ground clashes work.
Yeah,
You bounce off each other. We have to stop the track and then.
I hate that.
And
I literally had to move away.
Yeah,
I had to move away from the camera. I had to move away from the camera because I was getting so annoyed. And Ski, you can see Ski's face. He's like, just catch the drop, bro. Just catch the fucking drop.
He even said one time, he's like, I should have went second. So then, like, he can like catch the drop
Should have went
after.
home. That's what he no, I don't even dislike him, honestly. I swear that you might think it's because he battled Merv or something. No, you don't rap in your own style, and then you don't say it loud enough for people to hear, and you don't catch the drops. That's like so many foul bars, you know what I mean? It's like, why are you even doing it? You know what I mean? Like,
but like I said, for a clash outside, I reckon in the edit it'll be quite watchable. Not the best one to watch live. In the edit it'll be cool. Moving on to the second clash outside, we got Chaos and LT, drum and bass clash.
that was
Yeah, that was sick.
Shout out to
One of my favourites.
What did you feel about that?
They were both good. They were both good. Chaos was just fucking levels above. He sounded like a proper drum and bass MC. The other one sounded like he could do drum and bass, but like he sounded like a proper, like authentic.
Like his LT's flow could be applied to other genres.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
It could be applied to like trap or something. Whereas
His is
Chaos
exclusively
is like,
drum and bass.
D&B.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And he had some funny bars like he had like he had a fucking prop. He had a prop. The Doctor Who.
TARDIS.
Doctor Who. Yeah, that's what TARDIS from Doctor Who. That's the only time I give props to you.
Okay.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That was sick.
nice.
I actually liked that.
That was nice.
And it's hard to get like good bars in like an on-beat battle. And I think he threw him in there and you heard him.
And you like the flavour of crisp bar, then he said you're from...
Yeah, Worcester.
Which
you from Worcester?
Again, so here's the thing, because in an a cappella battle, again, let's take it back to like normal crowds and hardcore crowds, right? In a normal crowd a cappella battle, you could get away with like, oh, you're from Worcester, that's where they make crisps. Real like old school don't flop crowd, that would get crickets. But that's kind of why D&B clashing is cool.
Drum and bass, yeah. It's
about catching the vibe, bro.
Yeah.
When you go to a D&B night, bro, you're not trying to hear about David Attenborough and fucking, do you know what I mean, the Hollow Earth theory and whatever.
It's
It's got to sound good.
Yeah, it sounds good. And my man, I told him straight, I was like, bro, you hit it with that flavour of crisp bar because the whole crowd could get it and you spat it on beat. The flow was fucking locked, bro.
Yeah, his timing was perfect.
And
Yeah,
do
he
you know
was
what?
so sick.
I'll shout
Really
out both of
professional.
them. Both that I love both the attitudes, bro. For me, I say this 24/7, bro. Attitude goes a long way. And my man LT had like one clash. I don't even mention this, but he had one clash. I never uploaded it because it not on his part, but it just wasn't an uploadable battle. He never bitched about it. It was never in my inbox, never doing no indirects on Facebook. He just said, yeah, it is what it is, bro. I'd love to get another one. Come to this one, bro. handle business. And do you know what? Talking about attitude, bro, he even said, I clearly lost that.
He
I
seemed like
respect that, bro.
they both seemed like
I
really nice
respect
lads.
when a battler says
They were all
I lost
shaking
that,
hands,
man.
everything.
I just don't respect it when it's in the battle. I'm losing this. But afterwards, he literally grabbed Chaos. He was like, "You fucking body me, bro." I was like, I like that, man.
Yeah, they're nice guys. They've got nice guys. That Chaos as well came up to me and said, "Hello." He just seems like a really nice, well-mannered lad. They're both sound guys.
Keen as fuck. So yeah, it was
man.
good to have DMB clashes back. So you were saying you want to do something with that, don't you?
Yeah, I'd like to do something with. I think if I did drum and because I like beatboxing, drum and bass. I reckon me and Chaos
And
would do
not
sick.
to constantly bring it back to normal crowds, but like normal non-battle rap crowds love drum and bass beatboxing because that's what gets them pints and fucking snake bite in the air.
Me and Chaos would do something sick.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So that might be the next wave. DMB beatbox MC 2-on-2.
Yeah, but I like Crow's my partner, but Chaos would just be. It'd just be a lot.
3-on-3. Chaos spitting, Crow singing.
That'd be sick. I'd actually do that. That'd be funny.
So yeah, big up then. That was a fun. And do you know what? So Dr1ver Skii, Chaos LT. Shouts out to them four, especially if it's not bitching. Like I said, good attitude goes a long way. As much as we criticise some of their performances, none of them were given the fucking screw face about what I got a battle outside. Pulled the car up, ran the beat, did the fucking battles.
They were good lads, they were.
So
They got rid of the DJ as well for that.
yeah, I even said to him, I grabbed him and I was like, "Yo, you still got the DJ, you know, bro?" Like, just press it.
Nah, he's a G for that still.
Yeah, shouts to him. He's a nice guy as well.
Yeah, nah, Chaos
Okay,
is the
so
boss.
next one we've got Matter and Mikey C.
Bad man battle.
It was a bad man battle. So yeah,
That's really good.
I feel like you should start Matter and Mikey C. How did you feel?
Nah, do you know what?
Seemed like you were confident as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I felt like when I was in the battle, I felt confident as fuck. But leading up to the battle, I felt like I maybe was a little bit underprepared. But I don't know, everything just seemed to come in together as soon as I stepped out there, and I think the crowd as well, it helped because everyone was buzzing and you feed off that vibe. So I just knew as long as I get my bars out, I do a clean performance, have a little bit of swag with it, it should all go well. And you know what, it did. And I think as well, it helps like. The Bristol crowd, do you know what? They respect the whole like multi-syllables, and when you're doing the alliteration thing with like a few multis and that, they loved it. And like, I think some other places where it maybe wouldn't be so much appreciated. So it was sick for that. And Matter did his thing as well, bruv. Like he calmly had a few funny bars. He like said something about like, your mum makes married men moan in the Marriott or something like that.
Yeah, that got a reaction.
That was a hard bar.
That one made me laugh.
I know this sounds like a weird thing to say, but I think that popped more because there is a Marriott in Bristol, and
Okay.
I've stayed there, and that's what I thought when he said it. I literally was like, ha! I was like, you know that once when you like want to make a comment, I'm like, literally no one cares. It's like Marriott. But I think it popped because there is one here, so I think a few people are like, oh yes, maybe he means that one. There. But yeah, So what was your biggest pop? You had a couple that were out in the blue little pops.
So I said this like his mum looks like Machine Gun Kelly, his dad looks like Megan's farm. I got like a sick reaction, and then I said like Matter's mango mannerisms have been in battle rap since they were using Morse on mics.
Yeah,
and then everyone was
that
like,
popped,
oh,
that popped.
And that was sick as well. And then I think everyone they liked the what was it? So I got to destroy this matter like two atoms collide and merge till his mind is marked on a molecular level. The medal's mine. I'm first. And then
I like that because the little comma, the medal's mine. I love shit like that with the multis and that. Like.
Yeah, it sounds hard, and yeah, bro. When I got the reaction that I was hoping it got, I was gassed. So.
The only criticism I can have of like I was enjoying it, but I feel like you strayed too far from the alliteration when you said the Danny Jack bar. I feel like that was cheeky because
I just wanted to throw it in there. I'm not gonna lie.
The way, what was it you said? You were just like because Matter's molecular last battle was Danny Jack, and I was like, I'm not sure that's alliteration, bro. To be honest,
the only reason Matter won his last battle was because it was Danny Jack.
Was Manny
that's what I said, so the actual only alliteration in that bar is Matter.
Yeah.
Because wasn't the setup had some more alliteration in it?
Yeah, I had bare alliteration in the setup, but yeah, that was just
But the punchline, when you said it got a pop, and I was thinking, nah, G, you can't get away with
You should have
that.
said Manny Mac. You should have said Manny Mac.
Manny Mac.
If you'd have said that, it would have been
But I feel like you just wanted to be like, you lost to Daddy Jack or whatever. You beat Daddy Jack or whatever you said. You were like, I can't, whatever. So how did you find prepping for it? Like I guess I wanted to know, when you prepped for it, were you prepping focused on alliterative bars that could be anything, or were you trying to make them more about matter? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
yes.
Or was it just like, I need to write some alliteration and it happens to be I'm saying it to matter? Do you see what I mean?
So I tried to do both. So I started off and I was trying to like, make it direct. That's why I did the whole like thing, like Matter's been crap since Luna left and all of that. But then it got to the point where I started running out of angles that I can use with the letter M to just keep fucking reworking it. So that's why I ended up like saying he's a snitch for the Met. Like, I don't know if he
that popped as well. That popped as well.
I don't know if he is, but I'm just saying it. Like,
I remember that. I started creasing that.
Just got to keep throwing them M's in there. So in the end, it just become more about alliteration, and I was just dreaming in M's, breathing in M's.
Then yesterday he was sat here, he was talking. He said, "Oh, everywhere I look, there's an M." And then he looked there, and it's M audio.
Yeah. So you're happy with your class?
Yeah, I actually am.
You seem confident with the delivery. You seem locked. You seem like you were just
happy with
chilling, like having fun with it. Like there was
comfy,
like
man.
one moment where it looked like you might have a little choke, but you
after the Morgan Spice thing, because everyone got reacted. I wasn't quite expecting the reaction it got, and then I nearly lost myself, but I caught it.
Nice. Yeah, congrats, man. First battle in what, like 9 months, 8 months, something like that?
Yeah, since Bowski, last battle. Like
I
September.
preferred that battle, definitely.
Yeah, that's jokes.
Do you know what I mean? The Bowski was good, but I just feel like the setting yesterday was good. You seemed comfy as fuck. Using more space because there was more space. Like
I felt better as well. I just felt like I was just...
Yeah, you can see you look happy. You look just happy to...
Do you know what it is? It's about that, like, not stressing about it. Do you know when you don't stress it, like, if you just get the bars remembered and get it locked in, like, practice the performance, like, to a certain extent, but don't stress about it, which is something I always do. And like yesterday, I didn't stress about it, and I just kind of let things be, and it worked out a lot better for me. So I think it is just that. It's just be confident in yourself and just know that you just got to do your thing.
And just have fun with it.
Yeah.
When the event's called April Fool's, just have a
It's
fucking
meant to be
laugh,
fun,
bro.
innit?
Cool. So moving on from that, we got Formi and J Franklin, probably the moment of the day. Are we agreed that's the moment of the day?
Yeah.
Moment of the day.
Yeah, fantastic.
Honestly, I just feel like you'll never get a better moment than Formi forgetting all his verses.
Again.
I'm just being a dickhead. I had to get out of there. Obviously, let's just get straight to it. My guy J Franklin did a full fucking backflip. And he
Landed
executed that
really
shit.
nice.
And he didn't execute himself. And I said this.
I was going to do that on the beat battle. Ruin my plan. Fuck me right over.
A fucking backflip, bro. And I'm gonna be real. I said this. I'm gonna reuse the joke. I said it directly after the clash, and I still mean it now. When he was midair, my only thought was, if this goes wrong, I'm sending this to World Star tomorrow.
Yeah, Beatles still about. You get 250.
And 250. I'll use the 250 to pay World Star to upload it for fun's sake. And I was thinking that in that split second, I thought, oh shit, oh no. And I thought of a lot of bad things. I thought, what's the insurance saying on this? And I thought about mad questions like that.
You got fast mind, that is. In the time that you flipped.
I'm probably,
Fuck me.
let's be honest, I'm definitely exaggerating.
Crazy.
I was probably thinking about like an ice lolly or something at the time I did the flip. I wasn't thinking about anything. But anyway, J Franklin pulled off a fucking actual backflip in a battle.
Really good
It
one as
had
well.
nothing to do with his verse.
He just did it.
He just did it because he
I don't even
realised.
remember what the bar was when he
I
said
think it was okay. So the clash was for this big explanation. So it was J Franklin versus Formi, and the clash was they got a rhyme on the same rhyme scheme for each verse. That's what it was. And the rhyme scheme was, what was it like? Darren and Steve. That was the rhyme, I think. But he didn't say Darren Steve.
One of them was Optimus Prime, wasn't it?
No, that was verse 2 when none of them said Optimus Prime, and I had to shout it out and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But so verse 1, that was it. He said something like, "You're so boring. I might as well just do a gymnastics routine." That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then just out the blue, bust a backflip like one of the fucking Ninja Turtles or something. The reaction was crazy. I can't wait to watch the footage. But
And the fact
my
that
reaction, I literally hugged him. I think I fell to my
Yeah,
knees.
you did.
I was just so fucking
were
gassed.
happy.
Anyway, what you saying to
and the fact that it was said to us that to rehearse for the battle, he went down the street and was practicing his backflips.
He messed up when he was out there and just knocked himself out on the the floor and never turned back.
And he's in the, just came up on the Bristol Post today, like, man in ridiculously garish zip-up top felt dead in Bristol.
Head injury.
But what was so funny is how he dropped it. So after the event, we're all just walking at Nando's or whatever. I know I'm gonna get cussed for that because everyone thinks I live in Nando's, and I did actually go to Nando's yesterday. And we were all walking there. I remember it was just the way I was like, bro, like honestly, you shut it down with that backflip, man. And he was like, yeah, I was practicing right over there. And I was like, yeah? He was like, yeah, for about half hour, mate. Half hour, I was practicing right over there, mate.
Well, all the other battlers are like stood there arguing with wolves. He's
Yeah.
just there doing backflips. Like.
Doing the Bart Simpson run up. So yeah, there's not too much to say for that clash apart from incredible performance by J Franklin. Like, lyrically, we told him
He
this
stepped
as
up
well.
big time.
Lyrically,
Stepped up big time.
I don't want to ruin all his bars, but lyrically, body bag, lyrically, crazy.
He's really good apart from the
Said something like your mum eats tiramisu through a didgeridoo.
Yeah, that was
fucking nice.
That was great. I love that line. that was my standout line of the event.
Didgeridoo, that's not how instruments used.
That's not how it's used.
That's
Fire,
voice.
fire.
Rhymes
Formi,
really nice,
bro,
man.
look, Formi, man. I really wanted to do well. Formi, I put Formi in a battle because he has a quite strong understanding of rhyme schemes, but he shut the bed unbelievably.
I think he took on too much, man.
Took on too much.
Like, yeah, with the three
AKA
battles he
one
had,
battle.
and-
You should have not taken it.
yeah. Or maybe just a 16 or
Yeah.
something.
Can we do the world? Yeah, he should have just done the Hulk.
That's it. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a shame. Honestly, I was disappointed. But he
started
that one he
well.
swagged out. He swagged that one out. He swagged that
He
one
did the
out.
buzz like you're falling with Star, as we say, innit? You know, like where he fucked everything up, but then still entertained us. You know?
Yeah, the second round, he was entertaining at least.
Yeah. So yeah. So going up from there, we've got Lefty, Krazy, Boyce, and Formi. Now I enjoy this. Is a great way to end the day. Do you want to kick it off? What are your thoughts on Boyce, Lefty, and Formi?
All right, in the order you said, yeah. So Boyce, I think basically he's the least battler out of us. He's, you know, what I mean, he's completely not that. Well, like his mannerisms, he's not that guy. He's not going to say boo to a goose like that. He's an incredibly talented musician. His beat was really good, and his track was good, but I don't think it had the presence of some of the others. You know what I mean? Formi's beat was quite. I say the worst beat out of all of them. You know what I mean? It was okay, but there was what was it? 116 and the intro, and then he ended up reloading it himself halfway through and then spitting another 16. And I think the win was taken out of his cells as well because he'd already lost 2 battles as well by that point. So yeah. Lefty. Now he's gone online and said he's won the battle. He ain't won no battle. Let's be real. Yeah? He played his track for about 2 minutes, fucked up his for about 10 seconds, fucked up his bar, reloaded it, fucked it off, and then played another track, and then back to something else, whilst pressing the air horn about 1,000 times. He brought his MPC. Yeah, he brought his MPC for play on the track. And then air horned with the MPC. That was all he did, you know what I mean? And then played another track afterwards that wasn't even the challenge, you know what I mean? So there's no way you won that. I beat your ass. But his beat was really good. I'm not going to say it wasn't. His beat was really good, but the challenge was to do that and rap on.
That's like when people give advice and go, "Yo, but this is my opinion."
Yeah. Don't take your word.
No offense.
You're a fucking ugly twat, but no
I genuinely
offense.
think his beat was really good.
Yeah.
And,
So he was your second favourite then.
yeah, no, obviously, yeah. But now he said I look like said Fred, then said I look like Grant Mitchell, and he also said that Boyce's clothes were made out of hemp or something like that. You know what I mean? All hilarious freestyles, but the actual challenge part, remixing the beat and then rapping over that, he played the beat, fucked up his bars.
His beat was cold, but he didn't play it for long enough.
Yeah,
He didn't play it for long
and then
enough.
he changed it to a grind beat, and then
He should have left it on. I was like, "Yeah, is that your beat?"
and then started going on about how he got shagged last time. So I think it was like a press one, still kind of blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
So what about your beat?
My beat, well, obviously one, isn't it? You know what I mean? I done the intro, made it into a 140 beat, and it starts off and it builds up, and on the drop it goes, "Formi is a Peter gazer, 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 gazer." Then on the next drop it goes, "No whiskey." Yeah. Also on the next drop it goes,
Boyce looks like Jesus.
Jesus. And then when it
Lefty looks like my lesbian auntie.
He drops in a massive drum roll and then goes in there. And I killed it with the presents and the insults in between and stuff. Like,
My order
belongs
would
to
be
the club.
my order would be exactly the same. I would say you. I think. Do you know what? Rapping wise, yeah, I'd actually give it to Boyce. Rapping wise, crowd control and engaging with the crowd, I give it to Boyce. Overall, beat, I think yours was levels above. Levels above, I give it to Krazy. I think your beat was fucking bananas. Second beat, I would actually say the same. I'd say Lefty, then probably Boyce, then Formi. But I did really enjoy. I got to give Boyce his props. I really enjoyed.
His was really good.
I enjoyed Boyce's moving around. I just like that.
He didn't have the power or commands to win any sort of battle. And not in any
I like that. That's the right attitude. I like that.
He was more performing in the clash. It wasn't so much he was like clashing you. It's like he was performing a song.
Yeah.
But he got the crowd all engaged.
That's what I'm saying. I like that he engaged the crowd. He engaged the crowd, man. So
because he had the hook thing like running. I think he did that like 2 or 3 times. All the crowd were like getting engaged in the song and like started like singing his hook back to him. It was decent. I rated it.
I didn't watch it.
You want to see that one?
No, literally, I finished my battle and I just wanted to get out and have a smoke in it.
He was like Peter Gazy before me.
But yeah, that was good. That we got to do more. We got to do a whole event like that.
100%.
We got to do a whole event one-on-one.
I think one-on-ones instead of 4.
One-on-ones. We need to have like 5 one-on-ones where we were saying you have like multiple samples for flip and you both perform like 3 times or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Grime, hip-hop, trap, or whatever. That's what we got to do. But now you did your thing. Honestly, your beat was mental. What were did you write the bars new?
The first ones were,
Yeah.
and the hook was just a random hook. I
random
just
hook,
got thrown around that fuck off one. And then because I just had more time, I just joined into another bar just to shut it down. You know what I mean?
Shit was cold, man. Right, Max Sherry versus Wavy John.
One of my favourites of the day again. I had a couple favourites that was sick.
So who was it?
He didn't like he didn't like John that much.
Let's start with the negativity, man.
Well, it's not. Do you know what? It's not that I didn't like him. It's just I feel like he.
You know some bullshit's coming when someone starts a sentence with that.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
I'm about to do a Joe. What's his name? Fucking Joe. Fucking. I can't even think of his name.
Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
We're gonna do a Joe.
Gonna do a Joe.
Gotta do it, Joe.
Nah, I just feel that the way that he was performing some of his bars, he's like proper like straightening out the words and. I don't know. I found him a bit jarring.
Battler, is he?
Nah,
not natural. That's
Was it you that said his head annoys you?
Right, so right, so as a fellow bald person, I have to shave my head. Yeah, you have patches of hair. Or
Yeah. I feel like you got to commit or not commit.
yeah, pick it or don't.
And it didn't help.
I know what you mean. His was a little bit.
The ginger tufts looked like his head was on fire in certain places.
Yeah.
Kind of skin condition-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shavy John.
I think if you're gonna bick, you got to bick. You can't bick. You got to bick. You got to really go the whole way.
Or at least have a 5 o'clock shadow that's like consistent.
Yeah, there was a little bit kind of
if you're
like.
old and you got a patch, then cool. But I think it like maybe it's just his hair goes thicker in certain places or something. I don't know, but it just looks.
He was kind of like Joe Biden in some places, then Jeff Bezos in other places. Do you know what I mean? They're just like, am I lying? Like kind of a bit wispy and then none.
But yeah, the big
then a tough.
around there, like he was going to start growing a ponytail or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
He just missed, right? He's probably right-handed and couldn't reach round.
So on that note, congrats Wavy John for winning because Mikey doesn't like you. Krazy hates your.
No.
That John was sick.
The thing that got me as well was
more negativity. Fuck your win. Fuck your no one cares.
Who the fuck wears red combat trousers? Yeah. What is that camouflaging you from? Like the Red Sea, fucking telephone box.
The Red Sea isn't red.
Yeah, then Max Sherry said, "Oh, your legs are invisible." It's like, bro, they're fucking bright red. It's a fucking shit bar because it's green camouflage. Yeah,
it would make sense.
Like red.
As you said, it's an oxymoron, isn't it?
First thing you see. First thing you see when you walk in the room.
I'm not quite sure. Like he kind of dressed like I dressed when I was in year 7, like finding myself. Do you know what I mean? When you try different things, like you dress a little bit skatey, a little bit chavvy, a little bit whatever. Oh yeah, red camo from the back of the market. Yeah, I'll wear them. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a bit like 2022. Like damn, B. But moving on from his fashion choices and his fucking
inability he just needs to work on the projection. That's what he needs to do because he had some good bars in there. But yeah, it just needs to work on the delivery aspect.
But I think that's what's good about him. Like he's like sort of. It seems authentic. He's not trying to like. He's talking in his normal voice. Do you know what I mean? He's not trying to put on a voice or.
Oh, Jordan McCann raps authentic.
That's what he's like.
Good.
Good show.
Yeah, but it's like I just feel like he ain't trying to be anything else. And his bars were good yesterday, man. His bars were sick, man. The crowd were loving him. The crowd were loving him. And Mac as well.
Yeah. I think soon people are gonna have to stop doing this thing of like. oh, Max Sherry did well for Max Sherry today, and just kind of accept like he's in mid-tier level now. He's never going to be top tier, because I love the geezer, yeah? Shouts out to Matt for coming and did his thing. He's never going to be a top tier battler, but I do think he's not a bottom tier battler anymore.
No, he's
like you said that you liked some of his shit, but you felt like he relies a little bit too much on referencing, which he does do literally every battle.
I think it's a good angle because it's stuff that people can relate to, and I encourage that behaviour. I think he's also one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. It's just he's a posh guy with a posh voice, and he doesn't play to his strengths yet. I don't think he knows himself yet, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Is that maybe a bit too deep?
No, Krazy got Shaolin on.
I think, like as we said earlier at the yard, didn't it? Yeah, the best battlers are the ones who really know themselves.
Yeah.
And then
just self-aware.
That's what I always try to pride myself on. I always try to pride myself, and if you met me in real life, you'll be like, cracks the same jokes in real life as he does in battles. Do you know what I mean? I always tried to be like that, bro. Always.
Yeah, and I 100%. Feel by having to do those current issue ones, he's kind of forcing those, you know what I mean? It's not
forcing his banter that maybe doesn't.
He's having to make you laugh.
The Jay Short bar was funny though.
He said, "What was it?"
He said, "You're such a nonce, or something that you fucking donated to Jay Short after he found out he's a pedo."
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That was fine. That was fine. And yes, so you're right. He does. It is something he does very, very regularly. He relies on current events. It is what it is. But he had some funny shit. I was surprised to see him do like fat bars. I expected he might be a little bit more like, let me really try to be original with this, because I've got to, we're about to get to what the concept is. I've got to do this crazy thing if I lose. Did also say this earlier as well. Something that I really cannot fucking stand when battle rappers do is changing your accent. He changed his accent to say planted instead of planted.
Planted the flag. Like imagine if I in a battle said planted.
But that never happens though. No, it's only the way around. Pamphlet is the biggest culprit for this. Pamphlet is from St. Albans. St. Albans is one of the most English stereotypical sounding places there is. So often in his battles, he would be like, because I'm rapping it fat, you look fat in the bath or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He'll just say it. And Max Sherry did it yesterday. Max Sherry is from Watford, bro. People in Watford say bath, plant, whatever. My man said, when the last time you fucked a girl, you planted a flag. That's not how you say it, bro. And I was there and I was like, oh, I know no one else apart from me cares about this shit, but you've now ruined this battle for me, man. But apart from that, he did his thing.
And he's got to go off now as well, hasn't he? He's got to go to up north somewhere.
Yeah, he's got to travel quite far up north to somewhere that he's not from. So yeah, I don't know if by the time we drop this, it'll be decided or not. But I guess I'm going to put a thing on my Instagram or don't from Instagram. Like, this is the forfeit. They both agreed that as two Southerners, they would go to a very. I'm not going to say shit because that's.
Is John O'Groats right at the top of Scotland?
That's too far though. I looked at that. I thought that.
To get a picture of him.
I know. I thought that. But I know what this was. I said no one. I know we have loads of Northern fans.
Was there any rules about England?
Our first bigger events were up north before south. And please don't feel disrespected. We're just saying because they're geographically located down south, we wanted to pick the absolute worst rated northern place that they would never go to in their real lives.
England.
In UK. Because as Krazy said. No, in England, sorry, yeah. Because I thought the same thing. Sending Max Sherry to the Outer Hebrides would be a fucking laugh above everything else. But it's just too much, bro. It would never happen. He wouldn't be able to afford it. As I said clearly on camera, we're not paying for this shit. That was in the stipulations when we agreed the clash. I said, let's get this very, very clear. This isn't a prize we're paying for. It's a forfeit you're paying for. So Max Sherry, I picked those two because I knew they both. You actually said this, didn't you, yesterday? You were like, if I'd agreed to the battle, I just wouldn't fucking do it.
So, fuck that. Get a new account. But John and Mac are good people.
You know they're going to do it, innit?
Yeah,
you know they're good sports, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully, yeah. So we're going to put a thing out and just say, like, can any of you, like, Northerners, give us some really awful, boring places that no one has any business going to unless you have family there. And that's where we're sending Max Sherry. Good clash. John definitely won it on the angles about like you donated to Women's Aid, they gave you the money back. That was fun. I think he took the win. Yeah, one. You judged it. What was it? 3-0 in your head, 2-1. What?
It was the choking that got it for me. Honestly,
fairly even up until then.
Round two, I would have gave to Matt Sherry.
Yeah.
Same.
Honestly, but
I can't remember round. I never can, but I know
Is
he
that
did
the
well.
one he had the J short?
It's only because I had to really remember the details.
Yeah.
But
Round one
my
was
thing is,
John.
if it wasn't for the fuck up, it would have been so much more closer. But you just when someone's choking like that, they've lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did he choke that bad?
Really bad.
Did he? Maybe I've blocked it out. Did he choke really bad?
I don't know about really bad.
I think he choked a couple times.
Yeah, it was.
He definitely stumbled and
He
choked.
did have a bit. I remember he was like,
Then he goes, then I remember it. He goes, I remember it now.
So he had a little choke, but
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
but as you said, I kind of feel like John's style, he's got that awkward style where he needs to work on that, where his style, he seems like he's about to choke every bar.
Yeah.
Which becomes very tiring to listen to.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. It's not that he's shit or whatever, but it's that. And I just find it not entertaining. Like, I can't just sit there and watch it. If he's irons that out, probably he'll be sick. Like, cause he's got funny bars, he's jokes. Yeah. But yeah, he just needs to work on that bit.
Not a clear win for him, a fairly clear win for him. He did deservedly win. And you'll see on the end of the clash footage of Max Sherry having to go to, I'm not even going to say a name because whatever name I say is going to offend somebody. Max Sherry going somewhere we've never heard of. And, we still haven't decided what does he have to do when he gets there.
Maybe just for a dart and a map or something like that.
Yeah,
Chile. You're off tomorrow.
On your expense.
There's a verbal agreement. You've got to go back. And you've got to fly in business class. Mac's mum has to put the house up for collateral.
Again. You know there's incidents by Come on.
Shout out Mac, honestly, man. We had a big hug after the clash. I hugged him. I said, I'm sorry, bro. I said, I'm really sorry. He was like, oh, man.
Right, he's such a good spirit, man. And he's
a lovely lad, ain't he, Mac?
So,
Can't really say a bad word about him.
Right. Next one on the list we had was Grazza versus Matter. That was the Cusses versus Compliments battle. Another first one we never done before.
Yeah. That was heavy.
You liked that one, didn't you?
Yeah, man, that was good. I liked see the guy with the tattoo on his neck. What's his name?
Grazza, Grazza.
I think his compliments, like his backhanded compliments, like they were really, really good. I thought he was really funny still. Matter is always Matter, isn't it? You know, I mean, I swear he'd done other ones before that, didn't he, as well? So.
Matter did the Hulk one. He did.
And the other one. Yeah.
He did the
M1 as well.
The M1. The M1.
So third battle, and he still held it up on it as well.
Where did you think it ranked in Matter's versus of the day?
I did like the tattoo schemes that he'd done, like where he was like reversing his tattoos on him and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think the M's were still probably the better thing of the more impressive, like standout lines from it. But
then you were just saying to me a minute ago, you like Grazza, didn't you? Actually, you never seen him forever.
Not that I remember anyway. But I do recall his tattoos and stuff. But I can't remember seeing him about anyway. But I think he was funny with it. So he was good. Yeah.
Would
watch again.
I can't remember any specific bars, but I can remember the Matter's whole angle was your tattoos are terrible, and then flipping it and saying your tattoos are amazing, which was really funny. And then I didn't really understand Grazza's compliments round too much when he kept saying Matter, you're Matt, and my Matt. I get what the joke was. It didn't hit with me.
That matters and
it hit with the rest of the crowd. Like the crowd loved it.
That was probably my least favourite part apart.
The matters. Like I feel like both their insult rounds were jokes. Like they went ham on each other. It was funny as fuck. Matter flipped the compliments really well. I think maybe my least favourite was maybe Grazza's compliments round. Maybe.
Okay. I think that's what stood out to me.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but that's what I remembered.
Yeah.
Watching it back, it might be different, innit? You know what I mean? But,
what did you remember the most, just in general, like?
I can't remember any of his lines, and I know that sounds like a kind of a pie, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't remember his lines that he actually said. Yeah. But I just remember when I was watching it, I was laughing. You know what I mean? And
it was sick. Like Grazza's had he's still relatively new. Like he's one of them guys that's been into battle rap for ages, for like years. Like as far as I know, like fucking ages. And he's been about he lost a judge battle on Don't Flop. We lost some money on it. I think he's a bit gutted about that. I don't think he even thought I was going to upload it. So he was a bit. He actually messaged me the day I uploaded it saying, "I'll give you more money to take that battle." So that did crack me up. But I was like, nah. But the geezer who won wants it online. So do you know what I mean? So he had that battle. He's been battling on Premier Battles a bit, and he's been getting a little name on there because he's been doing all right. So that's why I booked him.
Right,
And and to be fair, also I rate him as well because he fully said he was like a couple people have been telling me I might be fucking up some opportunities by taking this battle, but he was tweeting like, but this is a big opportunity.
I hate that angle.
Yeah,
It's such a
it's
dumb
like
angle.
what a bad
You know what I
man,
mean?
a bad mind fucking attitude that is. And he said he was like, bro, Matter's like been battling for like 12, 13 years. Like, why would I ever not battle somebody like that?
That's stupid. If
and
anybody
regardless of where he
doesn't want
battles
you
the most now, obviously he watched Don't Flop before any of them anyway. So like, why would he?
That's a dumb thing. Yeah. If
So that
people
was it,
actually
yeah.
say that with jest, they're idiot. That's a dumb move.
So yeah, big up him. That was I can't say I haven't seen all his battles. I can't say that was Grazza's best performance, full stop in battle rap because I ain't seen all of his performances. Don't Flop wise, he set the bar. Matter, I've kind of run out of ways to compliment Matter because he's done so many battles and he's quite literally never fucked up in a single battle, and he's probably done, I would estimate 60 or 70, probably more. He might have done more.
He's so important, man.
And honestly, I always give Matter credit as well. He's one of the easiest people to work with. Like when I sent him the list of ideas, I said, which ones do you want to take? I said, these are the 3 I like. And he went, I'll do them all. Let's move on to Hulk, World War Hulk versus 5 MCs.
God. Sick.
I don't know if it was.
I'm not sure if it was. You might be
There
on
was
your
some
own there,
bits that
bro.
was sick. There were. Like,
From who?
I thought Crow's bit was sick.
Oh no, Crow was sick. Crow was sick in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right,
I
actually.
thought Hulk, he had some sick bars. I think what ruined it maybe was some parts went on for too long.
Yeah, they did.
And then...
Because no one stuck to the 16 bar.
Yeah. That was
It was
the
meant to be
problem.
quick fire, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, Formi done about 8 bars, didn't he? So he gave some space for some of the others, and then
Kinell did fucking 56.
Honestly, Kinell, man.
Kinell and Hulk had a conversation, I think. I swear they just had a conversation about shit.
Sure.
They did.
They
Sean
were.
Cray.
They did.
And I said, brother,
Bro.
is this serious?
Sean Cray is one of the secret battlers. Sean Cray said to me when we were setting up the cameras, Kinell said, I'm going to fucking ruin this battle. He knew it. He said that and Sean looked at him
Oh,
like,
Sean was in that battle, weren't he?
Yeah,
He was
Sean
sick
did
as well.
his thing.
No,
That-
Sean was sick.
Hey,
Sean is
as
sick.
I said, yeah, obviously,
Sean Cray is
obviously,
sick.
like,
I want to see more.
He's sick.
100%.
So here's the thing, yeah. So obviously that's one of my pals and whatever. But as we said clearly on the podcast, either everyone gets it or no one gets it. Yeah. One thing that was really funny was Sean and Hulk were chatting outside because Sean was one of the secret guys, and his verse went down pretty well, to be fair. And obviously he had that bar that popped off where he said, "You're not Hulk. That's just a fake gold tooth that has turned you green."
Yeah.
Nice
Hey,
bar,
that
right?
was a fucking-
Right.
No, the hell
But
of
hear
a
me out.
spam.
So I see them chatting outside. I'd had a couple, as we kept talking about, none of us had eaten, so I was a bit drunk off like 3-4 ciders. And I bopped straight up to them and I said, look, yeah, I know Sean's going to try to downplay that bar. Let me just let you know, he's had that bar for about 2.5 years, bro. Because multiple times we've chatted, he's been like, if I ever clash Hulk, I'm saying... Like every battler has one bar for each battler, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously, when the World War Hulk idea come up, Hulk vs 5 MCs, I text Sean. I went, "Yo, I beg do one of these verses. You can use that bar finally." And then I bopped up to Hulk and them against the wall outside. It was just before Kinell clashed the tryout, and I said, "Whatever he tells you is a fucking lie, bro. That bar he has been working on for years." And Sean Cray was like, "Shut up, man! Shut up, man! What are you talking about, man?" Because he was a bit drunk as well. He was like, "What? Nah, I just told him I come up with that this week, brother." I was like, "Nah, you had that in the stash." But it popped. Shouts to Sean. Hard punchline.
Imagine if it didn't pop. He's had it for 2.5 years and he gets
And he was just dead.
just crickets.
So that one banged. Kinell was appalling. He didn't spit any bars. He just shouted and talked, as you said, just talked to Hulk.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. For me, absolutely terrible. Like really, really bad. Can't remember a single thing for
Yeah,
him. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I remember they finished early, and that was it. I fucked up his bar. That was-
Terrible.
yeah.
Pro held it down,
Pro-
but that just goes without saying.
Yep.
Matter. I actually don't remember anything Matter said.
He said the geezer stuff.
Yeah, did all the geese.
I didn't like
Didn't
it.
really pop, no?
I didn't like. I mean, it might. No, it sort of popped, but I didn't like it.
Oh yeah.
So
kept
you a
on
proper
bouncing,
geezer.
Yeah, and then that's where he said that he's already done that in the battle.
Yeah,
before
someone said
against
that
him
to me.
as well.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was alright.
I didn't like it. I didn't get it either.
So yeah, I think we agree. I think all of us agreed when we were chatting yesterday. I think all of us agree that was probably the worst battle of the day.
Yeah, I'd
We
say
think,
so.
or is there?
In fact, no. The fucking the
The
grind.
no tryout
Right.
thing, that was probably worse.
The tryouts.
I didn't watch. I didn't watch that.
Okay, you think?
Second was
Yeah, you're
driver.
probably right. Okay, all right.
I didn't watch that. No.
But I feel like that's a par on the tryout go though, because he's.
Yeah, but it's not his fault.
Yeah.
The reason
I'm sure he'd agree that
I
was-
personally think the Hulk one was the worst was because it was just too chaotic. But Kinell did have a lot to do with that. But also Hulk, like I said, Hulk at the beginning he did hold it down a lot, but as it went on, he said a lot of things that weren't even rhyming. They were just saying things.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
fell
like,
off towards the end.
It fell off towards the end.
A lot,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So for me, that's why it's my. It might not be the worst, but it was like my least favorite because you're all vets. All of you have done a few battles at least.
They should have
You're
done
not
a lot more
performing
prepared for
professionally.
that, yeah.
That tryout versus Kinell, that was probably a worse battle, but to me, it's like that was never gonna be any fucking good. Like, that was,
I think because it had a lot of
There's no
potential.
expectation.
That
Lot of
battle had a lot of
potential,
potential,
yeah.
but just didn't really live up to it.
Yeah, I think Hulk's always talking about how he's a good rapper. Like you should always be talking about how you're a good rapper.
Were
But I
you
think
more entertained by the driver battle than that?
Oh, that's a good.
Let's be real. That driver battle was worse.
But
That's
again,
what I
I
said.
think that's a
That's what I
disrespect on
said.
Ski. That's a disrespect to him because
Oh,
he did his
that's
thing,
his
bro.
fault. Yeah, but at the same time, that's say disrespect to Crow because Crow done really well.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah,
Like,
true.
it's-
Very true.
So they're all joint worst battle of the day.
Yeah, them
is
two battles
Hulk,
are definitely-
Grime Clash, and the tryout battle.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shanks versus Impact, defeat versus rounds.
Sick.
Impact spat a lot longer, I think.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he did.
A lot longer.
Yeah, he done about double, I'd say.
Yeah,
he did.
Which is fine. It weren't a serious battle, so it doesn't matter. But I think
Yeah, not
Shanks, I expected a little bit more from. Little bit more. Like, I know it's a joke, defeat wordplay. I get the joke. I expected a little bit more.
Was there like a limit or a threshold that they were supposed to have? Or?
Don't know, really.
Maybe that's.
Do you know what? Now, when I say more, I mean a little bit deeper. You know what I'm trying to say?
okay, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Impact, when he said, like, I'll give you half a dark round, like a bit in Jaffa, whatever he said.
like
You see what I'm trying to
yeah,
say?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
wanted, like, the super ridiculous. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I feel like Shanks kept it a little bit more surface level, like, you'll feel defeat, like, touching a toe or something. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Anyway, what did you think of it?
I liked it. It was good.
I thought Impact's rounds was actually sick.
Impact
Like when he
was-
did
Impact was sick.
the round and round, like what's it, the fucking nurse
Wheels
round
on the
with a
bus.
yeah,
That Impact's
yeah.
sick, man. I like
Sick.
watching him clash. He's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
He's charismatic and he proper captures the crowd.
Yeah.
Good loud voice
Projection
as well, man.
voice.
He's got a
There you go.
well loud voice.
Projection
I've got to
voice.
respect a loud voice.
Gotta respect the loud
Always.
voice as a battle rapper, bro. So yeah, he I can't quote too much for Shanks, but he held it down for sure. He definitely held it down.
Yeah.
Like he was fun. He said he's had like a bad time last few weeks or whatever, and he still came through, made sure he didn't let us down. I respect that.
He's one of my favorite people in Don't Flop.
Definitely, man.
I think he's really good.
Shout out to him drinking a whole bottle of wine and passing out on the bench last night.
He was there,
He
and then he was
passed
on the
out
bench.
right there first, woke up, and then passed out on a
And
bench.
a few hours
So shout
later,
out
I
to
was
that.
flipping. nearly
Shout out
insane.
Turbo Island for housing him.
But yes, I'd say Impact definitely took that.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a solid battle.
And he'll admit that as well, I think.
But Impact took it. He Impact grasped the concept a little bit more. The like being absolutely extravagant with the stupidity of the wordplay. Like he just clocked it a bit more. This veteran, it's a veteran versus newcomer. Impact was always going to do a bit better.
Yeah.
On to the first main event. Crow, Crmpts, Orwin, Milky. Give us a little drum roll. That was hard. Yeah, this was one of the main events. This was why I've been watching all the Instagram stories all this morning. We watched a little bit of the footage back earlier. So yeah, talk about your approach, because it's interesting what you said about how you were totally right about how you approached it versus how you predicted that approach. So
Yeah. So I called it from the start. So basically, we'll just talk about beatboxers so far. So Crmpts and Milky. Yeah, Milky is like on paper to beatboxers. He's a battle beatboxer. So he's more of a technical beatboxer. Probably not been beatboxing as long, but he's more of a battle beatboxer. I'm more of a show beatboxer. So I knew for a fact, that I could play to that because I know I'm good on the stage. I know like creative. I know like little ideas and gimmicks that we can like put onto the stage. And I just thought he's not going to be doing that. What he's going to be doing is he's going to be showing off. He's going to be trying to make this a beatbox battle. He wants to beat me in a beatbox battle. He doesn't want to let his rapper do the thing. And it's exactly that. How I called it is exactly how it went. Crow's American, so everyone can understand Crow's accent. I'm a beatboxer, and my beats were all like pretty much drums. I pretty much did drums for the most of it. I didn't do too much.
You did. There was just a lot of like.
I was being very humble. I was being very humble with what I was doing.
So humble. So humble.
Honestly,
I'm the most humble. I'm the most humble. You see that clip where Donald Trump said he's like, I'm very humble. I'm very humble. I think I'm the most.
But yeah, so I left it to that, and I knew that Milky was coming out doing all these crazy sounds, and obviously, so. Me doing little bits of drums, and then you've got flipping Crow's American, then you got Orwin, who's Northern, and I have to ask him to repeat himself when I talk to him normally. I say, man, I ain't got a clue what you're on about. So he's going to be not as clear as Crow, and then obviously Milky's just trying to do all these crazy sounds. So basically what it was is I even met up with Crow twice. I went down to Banbury like 2 times so we could rehearse everything. I said we need to do a cover, we need to do a couple gimmicks where you stop and then I talk.
If you were truly humble though, you would have told that story that it was all Crow's idea.
No, but I think the second round was. It was
second round. Okay.
Second round. So well, what we said is I think I've got a cover. I says these are the covers I can do. I think I should do this cover. Because obviously everyone's gonna sing with it.
Yeah, of course.
And then
that will never die.
He got the idea.
That's like what? That's like the level below Sweet Caroline, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
that will
exactly.
never ever die.
Exactly. I knew I was going to get the reaction in the crowd. Like it was obvious.
Yeah.
Round 2 was sealed.
And you said that Milky said you did an illegal. I love that so much.
Milky said it was an illegal beatbox move.
Yeah, I like that
because
so
it was a
much.
cover. Because it was like a really like.
I guess he it's not.
He thought it was a
it's
beatbox
not that
battle.
it's a cover. It's that it's a bait.
Oh, bait.
That's
cover.
what it is.
A bait cover.
It's not a cover. You could have covered anything. It's
a bait cover.
Yeah,
but the fact that it's the bait cover is why it got the reaction it got. And it was my idea to do the switch it into a grind beat. So when when I did it house first, that was my idea. But his idea because obviously we did was it Seven Nation Army?
Yep.
But he was singing Sweet Dreams, so he was singing a completely different song, but they're in the same key.
Yeah.
So that's where like Crow sort of, I think.
Crazy.
Yeah, we just had good minds together.
Just knew what you said, that you just knew that Milky, because he's a younger beatbox and he's a bit newer, he'd be trying to just like flex. And also, let's be honest, it's first time on Don't Flop. Like you want to make an impression here. For you, it's a bit more like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like you've been on the channel twice in the last month. You know what I mean? So it's like for him, he wanted to come out and flex. So if it was just Crmpts versus Milky, and you'd done it, obviously, you would have done more. But let's say you did just what you did, he would have clearly won.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it was MC and beatboxer versus MC and beatboxer. And that's why you two clearly won.
100%.
I'll be honest though, your second round was so fire, I can't remember your first or third. Yeah. I just can't, because your second round is what all everyone was talking about. That's
third one was drum and bass, did a bit of drum and bass.
Yeah.
You want to hear something ridiculous and strange?
Ridiculous and strange.
Because that's what Orwin's bars in it.
Yeah.
What was the one we did, the waste of time?
That was on the second round.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
See? I don't even remember the second.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even disrespect. It's just like sometimes that is what it is, isn't it, bro?
Standard.
That, and you knew that was the crowd.
We knew that was going to be the case. We're like, look, round 2 is going to go off, obviously. If it doesn't, then...
And honestly, bro, he had some nice beats, man. Like, he's a sick beatboxer. He can really do it.
Really good.
And Orwin, I'm sure, like, when I watched the footage back, like, Orwin will have some bars that was cold and whatever, but...
They couldn't hear him, man. I couldn't hear him.
It didn't work, man.
It really, because...
It's because my guy was doing too many effects over the thing, so you had no chance to catch anything Orwin was saying. Because there was too many...
The whistle, then...
Yeah. Which was sick, but...
Yeah.
Do it a few times. Don't do it the whole way through the fucking...
Captivated the crowd. Beatbox battles always do. Crow did his thing. You did your thing.
Sick.
Milky and Orwin did their thing, but they didn't thing enough to thing.
Yeah, and it's just a shame as well with the mics, because they could have just turned Orwin up a lot more.
Which I did ask about 15 times.
Yeah,
I
know we all did.
I literally kept saying, the geezer in the grey tracksuit, can we get up, please?
It never really got to the volume it did.
Yeah, man.
And
so it's probably a learning... Sorry, carry on.
That was just his voice. That was
and his mic control as well. He wasn't holding the mic very well.
He said it's the
first time. You told you done the first round again for him because they weren't even holding the mics right, and they were holding it by the bottom. And
My guy was holding it like he was a 7-year-old girl on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah,
you got to hold it. Am I lying?
You have to cup it.
You were good enough to give him.
No, you ain't got to cup it. Just hold it close to your mic, bro. To your face. Sorry.
Honestly, I think the beatboxing was good. The MC was terrible. Breaking it down that simple.
I think it's a learning curve for Orwin, bro, because Orwin is a good writer.
It's his first time on stage,
but now he's been on stage with a microphone.
For something like that where you can just hear his voice, but I think his voice is like fucking nails down the chalkboard like over music. It's not good.
See, now if Milky was a real beatboxer, he could have. All right, moving on. So big up you, my guy. Killed it. Obviously, you killed.
Clear with it.
I can't quite touch it. Killed it as well. Alliteration as well. I'm joking. Body bag, like I said, most memorable round of the day. Killed it. Well done, man. Penultimate clash on the flyer. Reeverse vs Kinell. Now you were feeling Reeverse, weren't you, man?
Yeah. I think he's just smooth with it.
That's exactly what I said. Smooth.
You know when you say someone, what we said about someone who knows themselves, yeah? He's a posh Tory pompous twat.
I don't know if he is Tory. I don't think you can say that.
He said about being homeless, so you could cuss me about being Tory. You know he votes
I don't
Tory.
think
he
you
just
can
doesn't
say
tell
that.
people he votes Tory. All of his political alignments and his family alignments are clearly Tory. Like he's a Tory guy, but the thing is, he knows himself. Yeah? He knows he's that, and that's the angle he's going to take. And I think he's done really well as a result. Knowing yourself wins a lot.
He definitely is very self-aware, and he doesn't laugh or smile at anything.
No.
He's amazing at that. Oh. And I remember one time I was like, he said something, I was like, "Fuck off, that's sick." And he just turned around with the most serious face, and I was like, "Fair play, man."
It's kind of like
he doesn't laugh at anything.
Doesn't react to nothing.
It's like Louis Theroux in battle rap. That's what it's like.
He's ridiculously smooth. That's the only word for him. Smooth.
Yeah.
Sick. And he had bars,
3 clashes,
rhyming, everything. He couldn't really.
Honestly, bro. Oh man, I don't. I'm at the point with him after 3 battles where it's actually like.
He needs some
it's
big
hard
names.
to fault him, bro. It's
that's
actually
exactly
difficult to fault him.
Yeah. Where is weak
is the fault, bro?
There ain't no weakness, man.
Like you said, like he's not trying to be something he's not. You really like the writing, bro. Like, I can't say that much about it, bro. Really do you know what? Now I would say let's pick it up a little bit. Let's not do every bar like this, because then your rounds end up 5 minutes long. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes he's got a few parts where he shouts a little bit and projects it a bit more. He's got a little bit to there, and it sounds quite good when he does it.
I could just do with a little bit more flow to it. Let's rap a bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm not. There's a few rappers will say. I've seen a few rappers say this. They're like, flow doesn't exist a cappella, but that's bollocks.
It does.
Like, obviously, you can flow to a beat, double time, whatever. I'm not gonna say single time because you'd always rinse me for it. But whatever. But you know, obviously, but a cappella, obviously, if I just spit like this and then that's not a flow. But if I do go, that's a flow. I just feel like his flow.
It's also like pauses in battle rap as well, isn't it? And you need to like put them in to how you're rhyming it to make it sound nice. That's like, that's what makes it good on the ears.
So I think I get that's a minor fault because it's a cappella battling and it's obviously more about poetry and he's being poetic with it. But
if you have to pick a fault, I would say it's not rapping. It's more presentation.
More presentation.
Yeah.
He's like literally. That's true, actually. Like, give him a
breakdown, pause, comedy timing, and everything like that. And if it was on a beat, those comedy timing gaps probably wouldn't be there as much to do that. You could.
He is moving. It is like Tory. What's the word? Like AGM. Tory AGM head speaker vibes from the youth party. Yeah.
I think that's what makes him good, though. Like, I think that's his style, and that's what
fucking
makes
Tory,
him
man. He's like a vibe with him, man.
No, I mean,
he loves Boris too.
You know, Tamworth is 95% Boris. You think 100%?
We love Boris.
He's like, no, it's 96. So and actually, so Kinell was reasonably sober at this point. So he did all right. It was actually first clash of the day.
And he was still smashed. It's his first clash.
I think that's just him.
He was, he was. It wasn't as bad as it was it? It wasn't as bad as the others, but he was still like for first clash. It was bad.
Yeah, for 1:30 in the afternoon.
Do you know what I mean? To be
you shouldn't be going.
You shouldn't be intoxicated.
There was a lot of blowing. Like,
for
1:30 in the afternoon, it wasn't the best. That's what I heard myself as I said it. I was like, damn, like having to talk about someone and say he was reasonably sober is a crazy thing to say. Does anyone remember any bars? It's not even Boy and Kinell. Do you remember any bars? I can't really remember that much.
Whole performance.
Yeah, I don't remember that much.
Him saying, "What you're gonna call me racist?" Was that?
Yeah, it was in that battle.
That was the same one. Yeah. It all merged into one after.
Well, yeah, Reeverse, honestly, just keep it going, bro. Yeah, genuinely keep it going, man. I think he's got star quality, like right at his next level. He's trying so hard with the angles. Just speed it up a bit and don't put the crowd to sleep, because I think by his third round in most of his battles, I'm a little bit like, okay, like I need like a Red Bull injection, that kind of. I need some bars that are a little bit more. But like I said, that is you can fix that in one fucking battle. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, getting to the final battle, we've actually wrapped this up pretty well in an hour. Shout out to us. Quill versus Mr. Tongue Twister. I can put my phone away finally now. Shout out Max Sherry for his Instagram. Quill versus Tongue Twister. Cartoon bars. what are we saying?
Quill shut it down.
Shut down.
He's literally, he's probably the best battler I've seen perform live. Just
Really?
the way
Best performer for sure.
The way that he controls the crowd, conducts himself around, like, it's just,
They're charismatic in it.
Yeah,
confident.
He knows.
And not fake confidence.
And it draws
no.
in.
I've always said that about Quill.
Yeah.
I've always said that about
Not
Quill.
fake
Like,
whatsoever.
as much as Quill makes me want to jump off a cliff sometimes, bro, yeah? Talking about being yourself, he's 100% himself in a clash. And outside of the clash, Quill is a super confident guy.
Yeah,
Like, so
he's
you know he's being real.
He come up and spoke to me a couple of times after.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy, man.
Yeah.
But I think he had so many good bars.
So many good bars.
Like,
It gives you a headache after a point.
Just
like.
in case he was like, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And so many lines in there. But the thing is, I think he chose cartoon characters that we know. That
that everyone knows.
Whereas Mr. Tongue Twister, I was like, what are you on about, mate? Like,
Everything.
Yeah.
I didn't get. I was like,
Tongue
bro,
Twister, so
have I
much is
ever
going
watched a
over my
fucking
head.
cartoon?
Yeah.
Literally.
Really?
I was saying to Orwin when I was watching, I was like, Orwin, I was like, fucking clue what he's on about. Don't know any of these cartoons, bro.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's referencing some weird anime porn or something.
I don't know. Maybe it was anime stuff. I don't know. But Quill, I got most of Quill's stuff, but I didn't get
me too.
anything from Tongue Twister really.
Shit, that's actually peak.
Nah, there was
annoying.
probably one line I think that stood out.
Oh, there was a couple.
I do like watching Tongue Twister though. I do like watching Tongue
he's a
Twister.
sick performer.
I think he's very like the way he's like
Yeah.
the way he's just he vibes so much when he's doing it. Like I do enjoy watching him, man.
Yeah,
But
I just didn't get it.
It was his worst battle I've seen him do.
for real.
But because Quill was so fucking good, it was one of the best battles to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a good battle, and I think the way Quill was like walking around you and doing like,
Yeah.
and
He
the
loves
same
it, he loves
performance,
Yeah, it does.
10-10. You know
It was definitely a Quill win. Like Quill,
Yeah,
not
no
even
doubt.
comparison. Like
Yeah,
Quill,
no,
I think there
like
will be some
Simpsons.
people out there that will enjoy Tongue Twister's
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they'll understand and they'll
if they
catch
get-
what he said. If
if
they
you get
get
the
the
cartoons,
references,
yeah.
it'll be hard. But it's just
100%.
I didn't get some of the references.
Yeah, don't go obscure when you're doing cartoon
Yeah.
battle. You know what I mean? You want something that everyone, like The Simpsons, like all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
things
that-
that Quill
yeah.
done and stuff like that. And
he had a lot. He had a lot of Simpsons bars. And it's like
got a lot of episodes to pick from.
Their characters. You can do your whole round on the
Yeah,
Simpsons.
yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
true.
It's true.
But I think that's good. That's to a strength because
Yeah.
everybody knows The Simpsons. Nobody
Yeah.
knows dodgy hentai porn with octopuses that climb inside your vagina and stuff. Whatever he was on about. I'm not sure if it's that, but
No. Honestly, bro. Like, and he. That's what I mean. At least he's being himself, bro. He said like clearly he was like I didn't. Like, he was very upfront about it. He was like, I really don't know what to expect from this event, but this event was fucking nuts. And I got to say that for every battle. Every battle of battle showed a lot of love to us and to each other. Everyone was showing just being like, this event was crazy. Every fan said this event was crazy. Like, it was just like, all the battlers were like, I'm so glad I battled on this event, blah, blah, blah. So it was just like, Quill, like I said, even Quill, because I've known him so long, we've done so many battles together, like, he does not hold his tongue ever when he speaks to me, ever. And when he thinks I'm not doing a good job, he's the first person on the roster that will say, you need to fucking fix up.
Yeah.
Well, he'll probably tweet it first and then text me, knowing him. But he straight away said, he was like, yo, that battle went so good. Oh my God, the crowd here is mental. Like, and I think he's forgotten he did clash him before, but when he clashed Crafty, he didn't try, so he didn't really care about the clash. But I think he was chatting yesterday like, yo, why have I never been Bristol before? It's like, nah, you were here, G. But you just fucked up. But no, he had a great time. Every battler had a great time.
Everyone said it was like one of the best events they've ever been to, or
Yeah.
the best event of the year. Like,
Yeah.
And
I've
like,
seen that written a lot.
and I don't even think that's not even like. I wouldn't say
You know what I
say
think
that
it's
about
down
many
to?
things.
Because of the concepts and because it was April Fool's stuff, I think it was just more fun. There wasn't as much seriousness or pressure on people, so people just had more fun with it.
Something
And
for everyone.
You can feel that in the vibe in the air. It was
Because there wasn't so many inside jokes when all the newcomers could understand what was
And
going
then,
on.
because there wasn't too many inside jokes, when someone drops a little one like a Jay Short funny thing, it's actually like a treat for the heads.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
As much as I'm on the mic every event being like, fuck in jokes, obviously I get like there's little bits. So when like Max says a bar like that, it's like it's actually quite funny. But then like as you said, the majority of the event, cartoon bars, you can bring your grandma, she'll get half of it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it should be as well. That's how you're going to attract a bigger, newer audience and fans.
So let's just wrap it up with that. Really, it's like last thoughts on the event. Like just start where you were at. Really, just how did you find it? What do you think we could do for next time? Blah blah blah.
I thought it was sick, and like personally, I would like to see more concept events all the time, but
more regular.
yeah. But then I don't know if it'll make the idea run dry or whatever, and maybe it's so special because it just happens this like once.
Yeah, maybe just a couple per event.
Yeah. Just a few more.
You know what I mean? I think, yeah.
So like 3 normal battles.
The producer battles on top. Definitely a couple of random ideas.
And the beatbox thing as well. I think
the
beatboxing has to be incorporated more.
Because it's relevant, ain't it? It's just a non-beat one.
You could do a whole event of it, really, though. You could do a whole event of beatbox. Like, if there was enough beatboxers and MCs to like match up.
Producer clashes all on the same thing.
Yeah.
Just music.
Yeah.
I'd do a producer clash, on my loop station.
Yeah,
so I make the beat live. That'd be sick.
Yeah, Milky would body you in that too.
Lefty who bought it to pretend he was doing it live.
That
pissed me off, man.
That is true. All the questions Lefty asked me about, he asked me, can I bring my NPC about 15 times a fucking day? And then all he did was go,
and that was fucking it.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
You could have got that app on your fucking iPhone like 3 that has that.
I rate that. I think it's funny. I did.
It was a really good touch. And everyone made it there and then, so that probably gave it.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Pretty much the same as Michael. Flipping.
Michael.
Nah,
I become my mum real quick. Michael?
Nah, just more concept battles. Obviously, I'd like to do more beatbox rapper battles because I'm undefeated so far. I've only battled with Americans as well.
Yeah,
but I think it just makes it a bit more fun and it's a bit more like performances sometimes rather than just battling because obviously. I just think that I like the variety.
I feel like
same with the producer battle. That was like a show as well, entertaining the crowd.
That was all made to entertain the crowd. I feel like everybody, whether it was you going making sure you got your, you went to Link Crow at his house to specifically develop a routine that entertained the crowd. That's why you did it.
I feel like sing along as well.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody that clashed tomorrow,
you look now, and they all went got involved.
Yeah, like everyone that did it is not doing it.
I like doing that.
When you come to like a normal event. When you come to like a normal event, I feel like sometimes the problem with UK specific battle rap now is you're writing your bars for your 5 mates behind you. Whereas nobody did that yesterday. Because you can't. Because when it's a concept event that's a joke, you can't write. You have to write your bars to entertain the fucking crowd. So that's what I felt like. It felt like from the first battle of the day, Reeverse calling Kinell homeless, like that's not your matey you've brought, and there was a lot of new people, a lot of new girls as well, which probably, as a generalization, probably had never seen Don't Flop before, right? Because way more men watch it, right? New girls that have never come before. You've seen Kinell step in the center, and he's already swaying. My man starts calling him homeless. It's just funny. Straight away, I know that's a horrible thing to say. I'm going to get cancelled for that. But yeah, because you know it's tongue in cheek, that's funny. And that's what I'm trying to say, that it's just like everybody came yesterday with the clear intention to entertain. When you made your, come on bro, like dropping in like Formi as a Peter Gazer, Boyce looks like Jesus. Like you might not do that if it was like Don't Flop, producer battle event. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's vibes, isn't it? Just taking the piss, bro. Like, let's have a laugh, innit? So yeah, I'd just say.
I think when you've got a bit like when there's some sort of restrictions to the battle, it makes people, it brings out the best in people. It's like that 8 Your Words. Look at 8 Your Words. I felt like I wrote some good stuff with that just because I had some sort of parameters and like, do you know what I mean? Like I think when you've got a bit of like some sort of idea about it, it makes you do better stuff because you stick in that field and you're not just all over the place and random.
Honestly, like it all just everyone stuck to the concept. Apart from kind of like I said the Hulk one, like Formi did stick to the concept. He just forgot his bars. But apart from the Hulk one in general, where a lot of them didn't really stick to it, Hulk didn't bother rhyming. He thought it was like you have to battle him, he just has to argue back or whatever. Most people stuck to the concepts really fucking well. Like, not one thing I said straight after the clashes as well was like none of the concepts were like, oh, why did we do that? You know what I mean? Like, as I said,
none of them were cringe.
The last April Fools you were at years ago, I said there was a few battles there that, as they were happening, I was like, I am actually cringing so hard. I know this is meant to be like a tongue-in-cheek joke, but this is actually super fucking cringy. I'm really not enjoying watching this. Whereas every single battle yesterday was like funny. Like,
even the Mikey and Matter one, that on paper
even,
to me sounded a bit cringe.
Even Mikey
sounded a bit cringe, but it wasn't at all.
Fucking hell, it's only taken him 4 years and he actually got a laugh.
That Mikey and Matter on paper sounded a bit. I don't know.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Is it going to work? But it really did.
It could have been
really
so
did.
dry.
Well, that's why it's funny. That's why
it wasn't cringy.
2 M letters, both doing M. That's funny.
Yeah.
So everyone, honestly, the crowd, big up everybody that came. I hope a lot of you are watching this, man. Like, big up everybody that came through. The crowd was just so good all day. Everyone said they had a great time. All the battlers, like, have just been like, that was the best fucking event I've battled in years. I can't wait. But yeah, give us some final thoughts and we'll end it there.
I generally thought that was fucking awesome. A really good day. Yeah, no more horse at events, please, people. You know what I'm saying?
No more whores?
Horse.
Like,
Oh!
No more horse.
No,
No horse. He knows what he means.
if your girl's like that, bring her along. It's fine. I'm on about people doing classes at events like that, especially performers. Yeah, like before you're about to go on there, don't do drugs. You know?
Save it for after if you want. You're going to do that stuff, innit? If you're going to do that stuff, save it for after.
Apart from that, yeah, fucking brilliant. Everything, start to finish, amazing. You know what I mean? And that was my only gripe. People forget bars. People underprepare. Cool. You know what I mean? I get that. Drugs. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Apart from that, the concept's brilliant. I think probably enjoyed that more than normal, but if I'm honest.